Hi everyone, welcome to Snail Mail Surprises. I'm Miss Julia, and in this video I'm going to talk about the different types of mail that we're making. The mail is the postcards, letters, and cards that we're going to make and send to our loved ones. So these are separate from all of the surprises. The surprises are more like little presents that we're sending instead of postcards, letters, or cards. So in your kit, you got a lot of different types of paper and envelopes. So I'd like to go over those before we start with our mail making. So the first type of paper that I'll talk about is our origami paper. This paper is very thin and makes a high-pitched noise when you wiggle it. Then you have construction paper. It makes a lower pitch sound when you wiggle it. And then we have cardstock. If you feel the cardstock, it feels very thick and it makes a very low pitch sound when you wiggle it. That's how you can tell them apart, is by feeling them or by wiggling them. And you'll be able to tell if it's the very thin origami paper, the medium construction paper, or the very thick cardstock. The origami paper is going to be best for making our origami surprises. You can use it to write letters and things on, but make sure to save some pieces for your origami presents. The construction paper is going to be really good for making cards, letters, and for decorating some of our cards like our pop-up and pop-out cards. This paper, though, you don't want to turn it into a postcard. It's too thin to mail on its own. The cardstock can be used to make cards, postcards, or you can write on it like a letter. You can make the choice on that. Then there's also different sized envelopes in your kit. There's big envelopes, medium envelopes, and very little envelopes. The very little envelopes we can use to put some of our presents in and mail them, sort of like wrapping a present and then sticking it inside of a letter. But these envelopes are too small to mail on their own. For our medium and big envelopes, we can make our paper fit inside of these better by folding it into a card and or using our scissors to cut it to size. So, for example, here's one piece of paper that I've folded in half. Now that I've folded it in half, it will fit inside of one of my big envelopes. You can tell that because if I lay it on top, you can see around all of the edges, you can see a tiny bit of my envelope. So I know that this will fit if I put it inside. Now, if I were to try to fit this into one of my medium-sized envelopes, it's going to be too big. So what I could do is use my scissors and cut it down. For example, I made this red card earlier. It also had this piece of paper on it. So it used to be this big. But because this was too big to fit in a medium envelope, what I did was I stuck my envelope behind it and used my envelope here to measure how big I needed my card. I put a line here with my pencil and then I used my scissors to cut it down to size. Now you can see the border all the way around. So that means my card will fit inside. The last thing that you have are postcards. You have one pre-made postcard, but you can make more if you want to. We'll use this as a template. So I would start with one of my full sheets of cardstock. You want to make sure to use cardstock for this because it's the thickest and it will hold up when you send it through the mail. What you can do is take your postcard, the pre-made one, lay it on the corner, use your pencil, trace around, then use your scissors and cut it out. And then you can go ahead and add in the little line. You'd put a stamp, and then for this, because it's a dark color of paper, it might be hard to read on it. I took one of my labels, I peeled it off and stuck it here where the address of my friend or family will go. So that's how you can make more postcards to send to friends and family. So while we're making all of our letters and our cards and postcards, most of the decoration techniques, you can do them on a card, a postcard, or a letter. It depends on what you would like to send. So just use whatever you would like to send. You don't have to do exactly what I'm doing in the video. Well, I hope you enjoy making all of the different pieces of mail so that you can send them to your friends and family. And I'll see you in our next video. Bye!